So it comes to the Bitcoin thing, right? Which I'm still like, I'm starting to get like, and I can put Bitcoin on it. And I only know the ability to get this Bitcoin. And if you kill me, you'll never get the Bitcoin. Do you see what I'm saying? As far as I'm starting to become aware, that's how secure Bitcoin is that like once I memorize my seed phrase, I don't need any physical documentation of the phrase to unlock my Bitcoin. And it's in my brain forever. The only way to get it is to get me to tell you, and I would never do that. I don't give a fuck what you did to me. I'm very tolerant to high levels of pain. So bring it on. You know what I'm saying? So and then if you killed me, you definitely would never get it. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see the paradox for people trying to get my Bitcoin at that point? And the funny thing is we're not at the point where that's even need to be worried about. No one even gives a fuck about Bitcoin. 99% of the world doesn't give a fuck about Bitcoin, doesn't know really much what Bitcoin is or how to use it or anything. Do you see what I'm saying? Anyways, back to the story, not the story I was just talking about because I'm ranting and I don't even know where I fucking left off leading into this. All I know is see, I came across this guy right here who thinks he's talking truth. I don't think so. Anyways, I came across the part 3 of this, of the Pod Ghost podcast, right? I've never heard of this guy before. I just found the channel today and I found part 3 about this guy. And I started watching and I got like 5 minutes in and then he said some words. I am logistically, I will debate anyone about language manipulation and how language has been manipulated. I will debate anyone live. I'll debate anyone, anywhere, at any time, any moment. I don't care. I will destroy you about language. And all your subjects are diluted because of this language manipulation problem. And so therefore, if you try to defend your language, if you try to defend a subject without first accepting that it's been diluted by language manipulation, you're going to lose the battle with me. You're going to lose the battle in that subject. You're going to lose the battle against language manipulation. Anyways, 5 minutes in, this guy says some words on part 3 that lets me know that, but before he said that, right, he was talking about Bitcoin, like blah, blah, blah. Like he said something, I can't remember the exact sentence he said, but he said a sentence that was like, hold on. And because it was part 3, I was like, hold on, I have to go check out I had to go look at the other parts. So I looked up the other 2 parts, found this one, right? And so immediately, obviously, when I looked it up, it says Bitcoin, Sir Toshi. That's this guy right here with the golden mask. His name is Sir Toshi. Get it? Satoshi, Bitcoin, Satoshi. Get it? His name is like a play on the guy that created Bitcoin. Anyways, he's saying that this Bitcoin is a scam. And you have to comprehend, 10 years ago, I would have invested in Bitcoin, but I thought it was a cryptocurrency and I thought it was like pump and dump scam. I thought it was like cryptocurrencies. I thought it was scammy, right? But I've done research since then and I've changed my mind on that subject. But then I like to play it. Look, I like looking at all angles. You know what I'm saying? I like looking at all the different angles. So he's gonna, this is my first video actually on any evidence to say that Bitcoin's not good. I don't know. Based on my experience so far, Bitcoin is very excellent. That's just my personal. It could change again. I could change it back to be like, oh fuck, bro, I gotta go tell everybody at my work that's fucked off with Bitcoin. Don't do it. Like I might have to do that tomorrow, or not tomorrow. I don't work tomorrow. Anyways, you know what I'm saying? Like I might have to go tell a whole bunch of people that are like, oh bro, I'm fucking wrong, bro. I don't think I am, and I'm probably not. Well, let's find out.
These days, and the truth can be extremely costly.
I love it. Explain to us first what Bitcoin is and how it came about.
Crypto crowd, they don't want you to know who Satoshi Nakamoto is. They don't want you to listen to it because they want you to be involved in all of these scams because they want it to be illegitimate. Do nothing. A crypto market cap of $3.2 trillion of complete fraud because they are exactly what is so powerful about Bitcoin.
In the trillions, we're not even talking billions, are we?
It is nuts. Government will create currency to control the people. Or we will create government through a common money system that no one controls.
See, this is where I already defeated him. The word government means to control mind. If you elect a government, you're electing to have your mind controlled, and we should abolish all governments. Anyways, the other interesting thing he said right there is he said that we will create a new government from a money system that is not controlled. And as far as I'm aware, That's exactly what Bitcoin is. Like, I'm going to learn how to run a node so I can make sure that everything that's going on with Bitcoin is right. Like, all the blocks line up, everything makes sense. And if anyone tries to do anything heinous, I will know about it because my computer will tell me that someone was trying to do something weird with Bitcoin. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, so I will become one of the people that stops anything from happening with Bitcoin. So what he said right there is exactly what Bitcoin is, kind of like it's money that cannot be controlled by governments. It's actually going to lead to us not needing government, because if I want to contract with you and you want to contract with me to do anything, we can do it peer to peer and have no need to involve the government or anyone else or anything else to do said contract with each other. Do you see what I'm saying? Or if it's a group of people doing a thing with a group of people, it doesn't matter how many people. I'm just doing one as a simple version of the example, right?
What's up, guys? I hope you're all well, and welcome back to another episode of the Podgoes podcast. So, guys, I've had so many...
I mean, I'm really trying to get better at not, or talking faster, I guess. But if I talk faster, then it might be harder for you guys to comprehend what I'm saying, because I talk too motherfucking fast for most people to even fucking hear what I'm fucking talking about.
Your message in the last couple of months regarding Bitcoin trading and that sort of stuff is, an industry I know not much about. So, therefore, I'm pleased to bring onto the show the defender of Bitcoin.
Did he just say defender of Bitcoin? Is this a trick? Is this a fucking damn clickbait me? Did it clickbait me? Did it clickbait me? Is he actually going to talk about how awesome fucking Bitcoin is and trick me?
Satoshi. How you doing, mate?
I'm all right, mate. Thanks for having me on the
I
show.
want to go straight to it. The mask.
Yeah, so you'll probably, by the end of the episode, you'll understand why I'm wearing this, because the information I've got is quite explosive, really. And it's also controversial because...
It's another part that I don't trust. See, right? Because, see, I comprehend truth that goes for everyone. Meaning, there is no reason for you to hide. Like, bring it on. The system could try to come to my house right now and kill me for what I'm saying, bro. Bring it. Do you see what I'm saying? This shows fear. That's living within the system that you were born into. I have no worries of fear of said system, regardless of what it could possibly do to me. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't worry about any of that stuff. I say what I have to fucking say, period. And I'll fucking stand on everything I'm saying right with this face. I don't need a fake ass mask. Do you see what I'm saying? Fake, fake, fake.
nobody wants the truth out these days, and the truth can be extremely costly. Which
The truth isn't costly. The truth doesn't hurt anyone. It has never hurt anyone. The truth does not hurt anyone. That is a part of your filthy delusion lie. You're brainwashed to think truth hurts, so you don't want to feel it or experience. Do you see how that makes sense for a system of control? It doesn't want you to figure out the truth. So obviously it's going to implement fucking programs to get you to not want to take a look at it by making it feel like it's bad or it's going to hurt.
is why I'm like this.
I love it. I love it. I want to go on straight to
I'm telling you, bro, look, it's been a fucking minute and 38. I've already destroyed this guy.
straight to the thing. Like I explained in the intro, me and so many other people who don't know nothing about Bitcoin. Literally, for us, it's more like we know it was worth once upon a time £1, let's say, and now it's worth 100 grand. Explain to us first what Bitcoin is and how it came about.
Great question, yeah. So this is the thing that everybody misses. So the Bitcoin white paper was initially released on the 31st of October, 2008. However, if you look back at history, you will actually find that it was first released on the 21st of August, 2008, which is before the official release of the white paper. And if you want to know who Satoshi Nakamoto is, all you do is you look back at that early white paper because his name is on it. And none of the banks want you to know this. Like none of the crypto crowd, they don't want you to know who Satoshi Nakamoto is. They don't want you to listen to him because they want you to be involved in all of these scams because they want it to be illegitimate. But this is the one thing that no one gets. No one gets. What the white paper did for the first time in history is express how to commoditize digital data. And the reason the expression of digital data is so important is because money has to be a commodity. And people's understanding of economics is so limited when I have to explain it. I'll literally go back to do economics 101. There are only 4 things that circulate within an economy. Nothing else. Literally nothing else. You have goods that are manufactured. You have services that are provided. You've got commodities that are only ever extracted or grown. So there's no human barrier to entry, making them common to everyone.
Yeah.
And then you have securities, which are secured entitlement. So anything that is one step removed from something else. For example, a certificate, a token, a gift card, a voucher. They all secure your entitlement to something. Now, the reason people are so confused about Bitcoin is because there is a 5th one in an economy, and that 5th one is securities fraud. And a fraud is something that is meant to entitle you to something of value, but in actual fact, it doesn't. But it's like this.
What the fuck, bro? Oh, we gotta say that. Say it again.
Is something that is securities fraud. And a fraud is something that is meant to entitle you to something of value, but in actual fact, it doesn't.
Right. I don't think this guy is that too old, right? He seems like a younger 30, 25, 30 something year old guy, right? The funny thing is the dollar's been printed out of the thin air, out of nothing. Nothing. It's been printed out of nothing since 1971, at least 1971. So what he just said is the very fiat dollar the whole fucking world uses. And he's trying to say that Bitcoin is the same thing as fiat dollars. I really need to look at this whole date, August 28th, 2008 versus fuck the other date he said, September something, I think he said. And look into that and see what I like that, you know, marked it for later. I got to do research on that.
But it's like this. There is an African proverb that says, a lie has many versions, the truth none. Now, data can only be commoditized one way. There is only one way to commoditize data, but there is an infinite number of ways to make an economically worthless security offering, which is why we have a crypto market cap of $3.2 trillion of complete fraud, because they are distracting people away from the one protocol that threatens their economic power and dominance of the central banks. That is what is so powerful about Bitcoin.
Wow. That's nuts.
Bro, wait a second. Like, do you see how he's speaking, bro? Did he just finish that rhetoric? Hold on, I'm just...
Absolutely mad. So it's like in the trillions. It's not even, we're not even talking billions, are we?
It is nuts. So this is literally the battle for the fate of our species, to be honest with you, because it's like this. We either have a common money used by the people to create government that works for the people, or government will create currency to control the people. And they are the only options available to us. When you boil everything down to the bare bones, that is it. The government will either control us through a currency that they create, or we will create government through a common money system that no one controls. And therefore, we organize a government to help society. And that is it. And that's what these banks and the politicians don't want you to know. Because the moment power gets taken out of their hands, the people take the power back and they have none, which means they can't achieve their end goal of installing a totalitarian one world government.
The fucking clickbait. The fucking clickbaity. He fucking... Look. See, how is scam exposed? When he's actually defending Bitcoin. Like, the title, bro. The title is so fucking misleading, bro. I'm very annoyed. I'm very annoyed right now. I don't like clickbait. I don't like clickbait, dude. I don't like it, bro. It's dumb, bro. You guys, makes people stupid. You're gonna put something in your title that has not gonna even occur in your video, bro. It's stupid. See, I'm normalizing that. I'm normalizing that clickbait is stupid and everybody should be mad. And anytime you watch a video on YouTube, if it got you to click the fucking button because of what it said in the title, and then you watch that whole fucking thing and what it said in the title never fucking happened, the first thing you need to do is go into the fucking comments and be like, bro, what the fuck? I clicked on this to figure out this thing and you didn't talk about this thing. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I swear, people like just, oh, we're just gonna take it, bro. And then like, you gotta think the videos I'm talking about, like some of them I see, they have hundreds of thousands of views, and it's like hundreds of thousands of people watch this, and it has a shit ton of likes, and not a lot of fucking down votes, like thumbs downs, and somehow no one's talking about how the title got you to click on a video that didn't even tell you anything about the thing that got you to click on the video in the first place, but you still liked it. You know what I mean? I just...
Jeez.
It's
That was
heavy.
a lot.
Yeah.
So he's defending him, and I'm still going to destroy him because the rhetoric and some of the things he's saying is retarded, and it's actually like sounds like he's being contradictory to his whole stance. You see what I'm saying? It sounded like he wasn't. He sounded like he was trying to say Bitcoin was a scam, or is he saying that?
So, obviously now, obviously because you know so much about the whole history and, getting it out there. What is the whole, there's so many other coins and people, someone like me, I've been hearing like, there's Euphorium and this.
Oh, also, by the way, there's evidence that came out that stated that possibly a dude that died was possibly Nakamoto or Satoshi, the guy that created Bitcoin. And that's why he disappeared off the face of the earth, is because potentially the dude that died is potentially that guy, and he died, and so therefore that's connect the dots. Like if this dude was actually the real dude and he died, and then he disappeared, then it's gonna connect the dots. You know what I'm saying?
And that, what's their hold in the whole market? Bitcoin's number one.
Mm-hmm.
What are they? Are they something where you can generally make money?
So they're all Ponzi schemes. They're all economically worthless security offerings. They are tokens created by centralized networks. And if they're a centralized network, it has no value to me whatsoever. But because nobody knows what Bitcoin is, it means that these scammers can produce tokens and make a killing off it by pure speculation. Because nobody wants to know the truth. And that's
Okay, well, I guess that's pump and dumps.
why I'm wearing a mask. So I'm getting the truth out there.
I don't think he needs to wear the mask, bro. I don't know. I've been telling the truth that goes for everyone and arguing with a lot of people, bro. I've argued with a lot of people, bro, over the years. A lot of them. I've never been harmed for what I've been saying. The system cannot stop the truth that's already inside you. See, I figured that out, like, I really started to figure that out like 4 years ago or so. Like that, like, it doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter how I say it. The system that put us all in this, however we got here, the system is us. You got to comprehend, because we're all one. And so, like, even though me and you didn't create the system, right? Someone that was us, because the one that one is, did this to oneself. Do you see what I mean? So, like, the system is us. I just decided, apparently, to not want to be a part of it. And that's why I figured all this shit out.
So what you're saying is everything else other than Bitcoin is a Ponzi scheme?
Yes, but there's something more to it.
Okay, see, there we go. Finally, it took 6 minutes and 47 seconds of this video for me to definitively know that this guy is defending Bitcoin. That's too long, guys. That's too long, guys. You just, like, you gotta comprehend. I'm pretty aware. And even I was so confused this whole time he was talking and they're going back and forth. I'm going like, which is it, bro? Are you for Bitcoin or are you against Bitcoin? Because the title makes it seem like Bitcoin is the scam. And now you finally came to the question that solidifies all the other cryptocurrencies are scams and Ponzi schemes, and Bitcoin is not. And so now, see, that changes my whole thought process of what I was about to do with this video. Because I wanted to react to this video for the whole purpose of potentially seeing someone say that Bitcoin is fucking bullshit. And now I'm stuck with watching. I gotta watch it, bro. I have rules, bro. Like, I choose to watch something, I'm gonna watch it, bro, all the way through.
So when I say Bitcoin, I'm referring to the protocol that commoditizes data. Now, Satoshi Nakamoto did a genius thing when he created Bitcoin. He created all genuine Bitcoin legacy addresses to start.
Okay, let's go. This turned into a hype video. The first 7 minutes is only me just ranting about stuff that I thought he might have been talking about because I couldn't tell what he was talking about.
The number one. So if you change the protocol, you cannot have the number one as a legacy address, because the number one will only accept payments in Bitcoin that has gone through the Bitcoin protocol. Now, when these central banks wanted to corrupt Bitcoin, they colluded with the exchanges to list their alternative central bank created currency as BTC, so it stole the market price. But what they didn't want people to know is that the legacy addresses now no longer start with the number one, which means it's not Bitcoin. It's not gone through the Bitcoin protocol. It's a centrally controlled, worthless piece of shit. And that's the one that's at $100,000 right now, with almost a $2 trillion market cap.
Whoa, hold on. Back the truck up. Now I have to change my mind again, bro. What is happening? What did he just fucking say? Man. What did he just say, bro? Hold on, I gotta listen to that again.
Long market Bitcoin protocol, the number one. Now, Satoshi Nakamoto did a genius thing when he created Bitcoin. He created all genuine Bitcoin legacy addresses to start with the number one. So if you change the protocol, you cannot have the number one as a legacy address, because the number one will only accept payments in Bitcoin that has gone through the Bitcoin protocol. Now, when these central banks wanted to corrupt Bitcoin, they colluded with the exchanges to list their alternative central bank created currency as BTC, so it stole the market price. But what they didn't want people to know is that the legacy addresses now no longer start with the number one, which means it's not Bitcoin. It's not gone through the Bitcoin protocol. It's a centrally controlled, worthless piece of shit. And that's the one that's at $100,000 right now, with almost a $2 trillion market cap. It's the biggest fraud in financial history ever.
Really? So, because people are.
And you get me the white paper for Bitcoin. No. Okay. I don't know. It's not looking good for you, guy. Minutes. Yeah, it's not looking good because see, like, I remember reading this, and like the weird thing is he's talking about the number one, and like nowhere in this white paper talks about there needing to be that sort of verification. Privacy. calculations. I apologize. I know how to speed read. My bad. Remind me. Yeah, like, see, like, is there another way? Well, it's bugging me because I'm trying to think of how I should ask this question. That's not important anymore.
I remember there was a time
I gotta
when
listen to more.
a lot
Hold
of
on.
friends of
I
mine would
just
call
gotta
me and
listen
say, "Oh, Bitcoin's gone up from 10,000 to now 20,000, 30,000." So what you're saying is all that's a complete sham.
So what
Just keep watching. Just keep watching for a second.
is that in order for a network to be commoditized, it has to go through a process of commoditization, which is a period of neutral organic growth. So in the same way that a tree has roots that grow organically, in order for a digital network to be classified as a commodity, it also has to have neutral organic growth without any central point of influence. So Satoshi Nakamoto scheduled that neutral organic growth phase to come to an end on the 1st of January 2020. And the central banks were so concerned about this that they brought in COVID lockdown, because they thought if we can shut the economy down and nobody's spending anything, no one's going to spend Bitcoin, which means we've got a bit more time on our hands. And that's what COVID was really about.
Jeez. So that,
Stretch.
according to you and
Stretch. Okay. See, this is the thing. When you're look, I'm gonna give you some deep knowledge. Notice how I've been talking to you and about what I've been talking to you about, and all the different examples and the ways I've been able to speak to you about certain subjects. Just notice how he says these things. He's saying these things, but notice in 2 minutes he said a lot of flashy things, but he hasn't said really how or where, like you and I can research this or look into this and corroborate his story. Do you see what I'm saying? Like what I'm talking about when I'm talking about duality is not real. Trust, if you look up the scientific method and figure out your own experiment to try to test whether or not what I'm saying is true or not, you're gonna come to find what I have no doubt. Do you see what I'm saying? Do some experiments for yourself. You're gonna figure out you're a three-part makeup. Three-part makeup. That means duality. Dual doesn't make any sense for your whole apparatus. See what I'm saying? So that's why you have to be careful. That's why you have to watch everything. Do you see what I'm saying? Look, I went back and forth on whether or not this dude was saying it was scam. He's saying Bitcoin isn't a scam, but it is a scam. Do you see how insane that is?
maybe your circle of people that are in the whole industry of finance and stuff. You're telling me COVID was an actual thing that was made. It wasn't real.
Yep. Yeah, Donald Trump's confirmed.
Bro, I've spent the last 14 years doing research, bro. 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 He's saying, look how he said, like, notice. Everyone knows that virus was created in China. Everybody knows that already. Do you see what I'm saying? But he's trying to say that the virus in China was made because they were scared of Bitcoin. Yet, wait a second. That was in 2020. Yet, he's saying that whatever the price was of Bitcoin in 2020 wasn't the real Bitcoin, but they were scared of the real Bitcoin. that was actually worth nothing because they took over the market. Like, do you see how I'm laying out all his contradictions? Do you see like how it's a bunch of little navigating and weaving of shocking things to say that don't actually connect to each other or make sense when you actually break it down? Like, how does this happen? How? Please, like, you see what I'm saying? He doesn't have any details to how he made Bitcoin was made for real. Bitcoin was real. It's real. It requires miners to mine the Bitcoin. Anyone at the time, because it was open sourced, could become a miner and start mining Bitcoin. Yet somehow the governments changed the number coding system to have you think you're buying the actual Bitcoin that the miners are mining, yet you're not buying the actual Bitcoin that the miners are mining. And so therefore, if you were buying fake Bitcoin, then wouldn't all the motherfucking miners that are actually fucking mining Bitcoin start to fucking go, what the fuck is going on here? Like, do you see what I mean? Do you see, like, this is, wow, bro. Bro, there's 3 parts to this, bro. This is part 1. Wow, I can see why you have a mask on, sir. I see why you have a mask on, sir. So you can say outlandish things, potentially shocking, and wow. I'm getting a vibration. I don't want to go on it yet. I gotta watch more.
Confirmed it as well. It was made in a lab, and it was scheduled for 2025. So if you listen to the podcast that Peter McCullough did with Joe Rogan, he'll tell you that everything in COVID was written in the SPARS pandemic that was published on the 31st of October, 2017. And he said, the only thing that got wrong was the year. They said it was scheduled for 2025. Instead, they brought it forward a few years early. And the reason they brought it forward is because the neutral organic growth phase of Bitcoin was scheduled to come to an end in the beginning of 2020. And they were so concerned about losing their grip on the financial system that they moved it forward 5 years. That's why they made so many mistakes. That's why so many people are waking up.
Waking up to what, though? Because you haven't made sense yet, bro. Waking up to what, bro?
Because they didn't have their infrastructure in place to fully roll out their plan. Because if they knew that if people start using a monetary system outside of their central banking system, they lose control of everything. And they couldn't risk it. And they were just like, we've been working on this plan for thousands of years. What's 5 years going to make? What difference is 5 years really going to make? Well, it's actually made a lot because we're still here. They haven't installed their one world government. And so far, restrictions are free. We're not in lockdown anymore yet. They're in trouble. And they don't want people like me telling you this story.
But what story, bro? What story are you telling, though? Because your story doesn't make sense, sir. Like, I'm just saying, bro. Like, if there's 2 Bitcoins, and one is the actual Bitcoin, and one is not the real Bitcoin, and the not real Bitcoin is at $100,000, almost $120,000 now, and the real Bitcoin is not at what is, like, you see what I'm saying? What's the value of the real Bitcoin then, right? Wouldn't he know this? Wouldn't he be able to know this information? Like, because, like, individuals became miners. You see what I'm saying? In the government, the way he's talking about it, it'd be like, okay, so that means all the individual people that got a computer and was like, I'm gonna start mining Bitcoin. They were all part of the government already.
Me and everyone else watching.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah, yeah.
mental. You know what? It's so crazy because what we
It is mental. It's mental, like on a mental level, crazy potentially. Like I will make a determination by the end. Actually, I might not be able to. I might have to watch part 2 and part 3.
get taught, and what I think the vast majority of people don't actually understand this sort of information. For them, it's more like they're trying to invest their money in something, but not looking into the deeper reason of why they're doing it. So
Like I do deep dives of research. Do you see what I'm saying? This is why I say like this is gonna fool a lot of people.